Hello, I'm Rishu from Just Tutors. Today we are going to learn about experiments with water. In this session, we are going to learn how objects float and sink, concept of Dead Sea, objects which can be dissolved in water, objects which does not dissolve in water, how objects float and sink. The objects are made up of molecules. In some objects, molecules are jam-packed together, while in others, they are loosely held. This is actually what density means. The objects are jam-packed together, have a higher density, and which are loose have a lower density. So if the object with the lower density, they dissolve, I mean, they float, and if the object is of higher density, they sink. Let me give an example. Let's say iron. Iron is an object with high density, so it sinks, while the object with the lower density, like let's say cotton, it will float. Let's come here. How objects float and sink. When the density of an object is less than the water, the object will float. Example: a wooden boat has less density than the water, therefore it's float. Now let's come here. When the density of an object is more than the water, the object will sink. Example: a piece of rock sinks in the glass of water. You can see if you can experiment it. If you put a rock inside the water, it will sink. Whereas the boat, it does not sink. As the weight of rock is more than the weight of water, it displaces the rock sinks. Now moving forward here. So this one here is a principle that's known as the Archimedes principle. You'll be learning it in hard classes. Let's come here. Concept of Dead Sea. The Dead Sea is too salty. 300 grams of salt per liter of water. These are the ideal condition for an object to float. Example: the human body floats in the Dead Sea without any effort. Now, this is the question for you. What is are the uses of black mud found in Dead Sea? Let's come here. Objects which can be dissolved in water. There are two ends in a water molecule. One is positively charged and other is negatively charged. These charges interact with substances like salt. The charged particle of the salt interact with the oppositely charged particle of the water. Therefore, the effective charges on the medium and chlorine ions is reduced and they no longer attract one another as much as they did before. Now, the substances like oils, fat, and waxes do not dissolve in water. The substances which have charged particle, therefore, they do not attract the water molecule. Like the oil, fats, and waxes, they do not have charged particles, so they do not attract water molecule. Since water is denser than oil, fat, and waxes, it falls to the bottom of the container, and the oil is left behind on the top. Now we are on to the practice time here. You can pause the video, you can try these questions. When the object does not dissolve in water? And the answer is we have done this. So if the density is higher, it will dissolve. If the density is lower, it won't. Now there are some more practice questions for you. Why does the boat do not sink in water? Because its density is lower. Now why substance dissolve in water? Because of the charged particles. If you remember, we learned. Thank you for watching this video. For more, please visit justtutors.com.